Hello, everybody. Syncretic Gardener here. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I'm here to talk about my fledgling herb garden. So, um, since I've been on this journey of gardening and I'm trying to learn all I can and try to learn about sustainability, I'm learning a lot about the plants that I'm growing. And I thought, hey, since I'm growing all these edibles and I'm planning to put them in containers, um, and on my rooftop and my driveway, I want to be able to enjoy them fully. And I love flavorful food, and I like to cook. But how well I cook is subject to opinion, so that's something else. But I do like using herbs, spices, etc. in my food, and I thought it would make sense to try an herb garden. I'm learning a lot about it on my journey. I'm using these brand of herb seeds. They're from a company called Serenity, and they're USDA organic, and they have a lot of helpful information about whatever you're growing there. And I added my own things to it. For instance, I put sage and thyme together, sharing either side of this seedling tray because they prefer drier soil. And that helps me to be organized because um, I won't have to worry about, well, this one on this side is moist and this one on this side is, drier. And, I'm learning and, but we're talking about me. So I need to keep it together. So I also learned that the sage um, is a kind of herb that prefers to just be alone because it can grow rather large. And that's important for me to know because I don't want to excessively transplant things. I mean, though I'm going to be careful and, learn even more techniques about how to be more so with my seedlings. I still don't want to unnecessarily put it in the planter that it's going to stay in, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, it's getting too big. I have to move it again and again before it's safe to do so. So I already know that it's the Greta Garbo of herbs. I want to be let alone kind of thing. So that's fine. And the time next to it, it's more moderate, but I know that also doesn't need to be so lots. It's a longer stock, etc. Now today, I've done all of them, but the one I saved to do with you, one of the parts here are chives. So I also learned about annuals and perennials. I learned about it a while ago, but now I'm putting into practical use. So when I was younger, I thought that annuals meant they come every year, like an annual checkup exam, but no, not so. Annuals are planted once, and when after they die down, after the frost comes or whatever, you need to plant them again for the next season or whenever it's appropriate to do so. And perennials, it says like the thyme and the sage, and that's also another reason why they're together. They can return and return each time it's time for them to come back, whether that's a year, whenever they come back. And then there's something called biennials, and this is what I learned. And biennials, and I have some biennials here. Biennials actually are different from both of those. They will take like 2 years to fully complete their cycle. And you have to give it, like foxglove is one of such things. You got to give it some time for it to fully mature. And then there's biannuals. They're like, oh, okay, so we are very different. We will give it to you twice a year. That's nice. And then they'll be done permanently. Now I also learned that there's some, depending upon what zone you're in, there's some plants, if they're in your zone, can become perennials, right? Because it's more conducive to them extending their life. Or opposite, right? They can become like, oh, it's one deal and you're done. So that depends upon what's going on. They need different herbs and different plants need different things, as we know. So yeah, so my chives are tiny little seeds. Let's look at them. Can you see them there? They're tiny. So I know that they like to be planted. I'm going to say this one to do it. They like to be planted in groups because they are ideal for clumping. They tend to clump, and that's better for the roots and they make larger leaves when they're that way. So I put several of them, which I did not do to these ones at all. I put like 1 or 2 seeds there. Maybe I put several of them in an area, and then I already pre-moistened my soil like I tend to do. And I just put some more soil on the top, and I did water it enough. I'll just give it a couple more dollops. I pre-moistened, but not too much. And they like decent, moistened soil. Where these guys, they both like drier soil. So that's helpful for me. So I admit I planted a whole strawberry wide container, like full of lavender, because I love it. So I have more seeds left, but I'm such a child. I plan to put a lot of lavender out because I want a lavender. It's a great pollinator, and who knows. But I didn't waste my seeds. Like some of the seeds, there are 250 seeds here for oregano. I'm not going to use them all. It's silly. And especially now since I'm learning, if I find out I'm doing something wrong, I know I'll find out either the easy way or the hard way. So that's it for today. I hope you have a wonderful day, a wonderful rest of your weekend. And, look around for some shorts. My sprouts are growing bigger every day, and the it's finally turning around. It's coming up. We're in 7B. So it was 32 degrees a few hours this morning. So maybe later in the week, we'll see that being one of the last times it is. But it's all part of the process, though. It's all part of the process. So have a wonderful day and take care. And Syncretic Gardener here, learning and sharing and saying goodbye to you for now. Bye-bye.